Welcome, everyone, to KidzScope, your magical window into a world of wonderful stories. Today, we have a very special tale for you. The cat, the rooster, and the mouse. Get cozy, and let's begin. Once upon a time, in a cozy little farmhouse, lived three very different friends: a clever cat, a proud rooster, and a tiny, timid mouse. The cat, with his soft fur and gentle purr, was the calmest of the three. He loved napping in sunbeams and watching the world go by with his wise green eyes. The rooster, on the other hand, was full of energy. Every morning, without fail, he'd puff out his chest, stretch his colorful wings, and crow, cock-a-doodle-doo, to wake up the entire farm. He was very proud of his important job. And then there was the mouse. He was small, quick, and a little bit shy. He spent his days scurrying through the walls of the old farmhouse, collecting crumbs and bits of cheese. He admired his friends from afar, wishing he could be as brave as the rooster or as calm as the cat. One sunny afternoon, the cat was enjoying a peaceful nap on the porch. The rooster was strutting around the barnyard, preening his feathers. The little mouse peeked out from a tiny hole in the wall, watching them both. He sighed, "I wish I were big and strong like them." Suddenly, a shadow fell over the barnyard. A cunning fox, with a sly grin and a bushy tail, was creeping towards the farm. He had been watching the plump rooster for days, and his tummy was rumbling. The fox tiptoed closer and closer, hiding behind a barrel. The proud rooster was too busy admiring his own reflection in a puddle to notice the danger. But the cat, whose ears twitched even in his sleep, opened one eye. He saw the fox getting ready to pounce. In a flash, the cat leaped up, his fur standing on end, and let out a loud, hissing meow. The fox was startled. He hadn't counted on the cat being so alert. The rooster, hearing the commotion, finally looked up and saw the fox. He flapped his wings in a panic, squawking loudly, "Help! Help!" A fox. From his little hole, the mouse saw everything. His heart was pounding like a drum. He was terrified, but he knew he had to do something to help his friends. He remembered an old, rusty bucket hanging by a rope right above where the fox was standing. Gathering all his courage, the little mouse scurried up the wall, his tiny claws gripping the wood. He ran along a rafter until he was right above the bucket's rope. It was a thick, old rope, and he was just a small mouse. "I have to try," he squeaked to himself. He began to nibble at the rope with all his might. It was tough, and his little teeth ached, but he didn't stop. He chewed and chewed, fiber by fiber. Down below, the cat was bravely circling the fox, keeping him distracted with hisses and swipes. The rooster was making a racket, flapping and crowing, drawing the farmer's attention. Finally, with one last, mighty chew, the rope snapped. The rusty bucket came clattering down, landing right on the fox's head with a loud clang. The fox yelped in surprise and pain. The bucket stuck on his head. He couldn't see a thing. He stumbled around blindly, crashed into the fence, and then ran away as fast as his legs could carry him, back into the woods. The farm was safe. The rooster stopped squawking and puffed out his chest. "I certainly scared him off with my loud crowing," he declared proudly. The cat, calming down, stretched and purred. "We were a good team, but I think we had some extra help." He looked up towards the rafters. The little mouse, tired but happy, scurried back down the wall. The rooster looked at him in surprise. What did you do?" The cat smiled warmly. "Our little friend here was the bravest of all. He chewed through the rope and dropped the bucket on the fox's head. He saved us." The rooster looked at the tiny mouse, then at the snapped rope, and finally at the bucket lying on the ground. He was amazed. "You did that? But you're so small." The mouse shyly nodded. "I was scared," he admitted in his small voice. "But you were my friends, and I had to help." From that day on, the rooster never looked down on the mouse again. He realized that it doesn't matter how big or small you are. True courage and cleverness can come in any size. The cat, the rooster, and the mouse became the best of friends, each one respecting the other for their unique strengths. And the moral of our story is this: never underestimate anyone, no matter their size. Everyone has a special talent and the potential to be a hero when their friends are in need. True strength isn't about being the biggest or the loudest, but about having a brave and kind heart. Thank you for joining us at KidzScope for this wonderful story. We hope you enjoyed it. Remember to be brave, be kind, and appreciate the strengths in all of your friends. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing adventures. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.